Pomparag, at some point or another, put me in a place of anxiety or depression. This is how graduates look back on and reflect on their experience at this school. The negativity caused by Pomparag has unnecessary effects on students and makes the learning environment more stressful and anxiety-inducing. It's not only the students who once went here. This is still a pressing issue. On average, 88% of students, based on social media and classroom polls, say that they have been bullied, discriminated, or offended by both students and staff members. This is completely unacceptable, and it's imperative that this number be brought down to a much more reasonable state. Bullying at Pomparag, while not as extreme as some of the issues here, there's still an unreasonable amount of students being bullied and those who are getting away with it. Right now, we have 2 Twitter accounts making vulgar polls on students mostly in the junior grade. Even the bio of one of these profiles states, "No one is safe." Whether or not these students know that they appeared in these polls, I can't imagine the humiliating feelings that these students have. Of all the reasons that they could have made these ludicrous and asinine accounts, none of them seem slightly justifiable. Last week I interviewed someone I knew had been through many situations of harassment. It was completely astonishing. They told me that both students and teachers were or had previously been harassing them. "It just makes it awkward when I go to class," they said. "I just want to learn the stuff for the 80 minutes that I have there and leave." That wasn't the worst part. 10 to 15 of the people who bullied them never got reprimanded for their deeds. It's no wonder this person told me that the office doesn't do a good job punishing these offenders. The 10 or more people who created subjection against a student in the same grade as them probably now think it's okay to bully people because they'll get away with it. This is part of the reason why an average of 88% of people at the school have been offended, discriminated, or bullied. One thing that I think is popular amongst guys is hating on feminists. This is extremely ironic to me, because the definition of feminism is the advocacy of women's rights on the grounds of political, social, and economic equality to men. We need to realize that there's social bias that men deal with daily too. A term that's thrown around commonly in the school is gay. I don't see why we use gay to express something as negative. This is gay, that's gay, you're gay. What's wrong with same-sex relationships? It's as if every guy has to live up to the masculine standards set by social bias. It's why an average of 88% of students at this school are offended, discriminated, or bullied. It's why the person I interviewed is bullied, because they're overweight. And people at the school, both students and teachers, think it's okay to point out and categorize because some people just can't live up to the social standards as much as others.
We can't also overlook how the school treats women in any situation involving an offense. Let me remind you firsthand of an unforgettable incident from last year. I can tell you the way I had found out like everyone else. I found out through the boy and his friends, who went around telling the whole school how he slapped a girl's butt to the point it bruised her. He was allowed to roam the halls, brag to all of the school about the cruel thing he did to her, and everyone was cheering on the boy for his assault. His victim sat in the office all day. She was told things like it had happened due to her actions and attire. Even if it was that reason, they should not make the boy's actions justified by calling a girl a slut. No school should let anyone get away with such a vulgar crime. She deserved this to happen or wanted it to. Her friends were posting these comments on Facebook trying to make her believe this act of hate was all her fault. Everyone tried to make her believe it was all her fault. It wasn't all her fault. I didn't know her, but I wrote a post the same night after reading these distasteful things about her. I said how she was beautiful despite what happened and how her friends should be supporting her and helping her instead of putting her down. She saw it and messaged me, "I don't only want to thank you, but I also appreciate what you said. It means a lot to me, especially after my crazy day today. I bet tomorrow will be worse, but your words will be in my head and I will keep my head high. Thank you." We kept messaging back and forth that night, and as I was trying to just let her know she didn't deserve this, because no one does. More messages she sent me showed me how people were treating her, and how she said people just want to know the details and what happened. When I'm as clueless as they are, and yeah, I feel like he should have apologized to me, but no, he didn't at all. The fact that he was not even held accountable to give her an apology is an outrage. The whole way they handled the situation, these situations are an outrage. You'd expect when questioning 2 students involving an incident, despite the gender, the administration would keep them both in the office until until the whole investigation is over. Schools like Pomperaug that have such a large office and should be able to pull both kids out of the school whenever such an incident occurs and be able to review the security cameras that we have put in place when something occurs like this. In any case, they need to phone both parents personally as well. But until the situation is solved, no student should be dismissed out of the office until they can come to an agreement on what has happened either.
All right.